Brett Piperni, ladies and gentlemen, 25 years in Taekwondo. We just did a great podcast on the Strenuous Life podcast. Look for his name, look for his TED Talk. Really interesting fellow. Brett, you were saying that for self-defense, the middle block is actually a great tool.
Yeah, I mean, generally for Taekwondo, the middle block is designed to block a punch. So if you're punching here, I'm going to block away from you.
Right.
But it doesn't really happen that way, especially in the streets. If you're in some kind of an arrangement where somebody's in close, a lot of times people are grabbing each other nowadays. Mm-hmm. And the middle block also kind of substitutes, instead of blocking a punch, but into actually a protective method to cause a massive trauma to certain areas of the arm. So if you were to actually reach in and grab me, the middle block would start from up high and come right into the elbow region.
Right.
Now, as soon as I do this, I can do one of two things. One, I block you away, strike you hard enough that I actually push you away. Or two, if you're here, I can actually come in at the same time, and now you got a big problem. Your arm is only going to bend a certain way.
Right, I can let go, but my hand can't move to absorb the force.
Exactly. So the majority of the force is going to come from the outside arm right into the back of the elbow as this arm impacts to hold this in place. And you're talking massive trauma to the elbow.
Right. Have you ever used that?
I have.
What happened?
But it was a tight circumstances, and again, the situation is exactly what happened. Somebody came and grabbed me. It was a natural reaction, and as soon as I hit, it was instant. As soon as I hit, the trauma that caused to the elbow. I'm not talking about a break. I'm just talking about a reactionary method that allowed this guy to let go, and his arm was completely demobilized.
Right.
And the shock allowed me that split second to push him away and get out of the actual situation that we were in.
So we're not saying it's going to end the fight. But no attack ever does.
Exactly.
You could kick me as hard as you could in the head. Maybe it'll knock me out. Or maybe I'll be one of those guys who like,
yeah.
But it still...
It disrupts the pattern.
Exactly.
And if you're in control grabbing me, I need to find a way to disrupt that pattern to take control back of the fight.
Okay. Can you do that if I have a two-hand grab, or is this mostly a one-hand grab where I'm about to hit you?
Yeah, it's generally a one-handed grab if you're going to come in and strike, because if you do see a lot of arguments in street fights, they generally start with one arm back.
Right.
But if you're in a position where there is two arms, you absolutely could go ahead and strike both arms.
Okay.
Okay, for sure. But I mean, there are other substitutes as well.
Okay. This reminds me a little bit of the Shinya Aoki arm break in MMA, where I believe it came off of a collar tie, and he wrenched the elbow here. It's a similar mechanic. Holding this, having the arm relatively straight, and hitting the elbow as hard as you can.
Yeah, knowing the
just using the ribs.
Yeah, knowing the physiological standpoint of the body, which way we bend and which way we don't, you can then apply certain tactics which will counteract the natural range of motion of the human.
Okay. Well, the application of the middle block, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Thank you.
Thank you.